Show! Thank you for tuning in! My name is Gink, your ever-lovely host, and today we are playing Love in Deepspace, but before anything, I would like to wish all of you a very happy Valentine's Day! All of you lovebirds out there, well, lovebirds and loners. How you love is up to you. So, yeah, happy Valentine's Day. Oh. Man, I can, even on an important day like this, I can never seem to get my settings right. Come on. There we go. Okay. Okay, it looks like everything is doing good. Huh. Whew, there we go. Okay, everybody. So for today's plan, of course, I do plan to finish, Did I turn the shield on? I can no longer see my own screen. Did I break my own show again? I do believe I did. Well, scrap. Ah, there we are. There you go, about half of that. Okay. There we go. So yeah, I plan on at least finishing this storyline here, and then, since it's Valentine's Day, I hope to get on to the new story arc of Love in Deepspace. I at least want to plan to, like, finish that bit. Oh, that's right. I forgot I gave the policeman a new look, as one would so aptly put it.
My hands aren't just for painting.
I do not want to know what your hands do,
Why are you getting closer to it? Come back here. 3, 2, 1, dodge.
Right, I should be fighting.
No.
How bad is it? This teamwork thing is going great.
We're the best.
Did you spot its weakness?
Woo! We're doing such a great job!
It's almost over. Don't let it get away.
Hello, living D-Volt
Watch
battery.
out. This one is a handful.
I have faith in us.
I can see that.
Why are you getting closer to it? Come back here.
No, I don't want it.
We won't escape.
This teamwork thing is going great.
We're the best.
Phew. Good thing you had me here.
This is just the prelude.
I'm gonna
Back up, trust me on this.
Of course.
Flawless victory.
You okay?
It's nothing.
Bring it on.
Retreat for now. We'll beat it up later.
No. What do you mean retreat? How are we gonna leave? You're being very optimistic if you think we can retreat from this.
This teamwork thing is going great.
Here's our chance.
staring
You were
down
too
the
close
barrel
to
of a
it.
gun. Okay, let's retreat and then regroup.
Bring it on.
Oh man, he recovered so fast. This is all too easy.
Not even a
That's what
challenge.
he said. Yeah! 3 stars! It's the love of Valentine's Day! It's cheering me on! Numero... I don't know.
Yeah, the prototype field disappeared.
I remember I gave her a witch's voice. In the depths of the dark blue sea, light sporadically flashes. Struggling to keep my eyes open, I can't find my way.
I think we fell straight into the blue hole. I'll swim towards the light and see where it leads.
Don't swim. Stop. Now turn your head.
Okay. Too fast?
I do as he says. However, trying to turn while underwater is surprisingly difficult. Not really. Not at all. A familiar warmth suddenly cradles the back of my head. Strands of hair gracefully drift into my view, and they're followed by a gentle kiss.
Try it.
Try what?
My steady breathing is accompanied by the faint fragrance of fresh sea salt. It permeates my entire being. I'm taken aback.
I can breathe. I'm not even choking on water. What a spell have you conjured?
Do you also want to see if your tears can turn into pearls?
No, but they can turn weeds into dead ones. Very useful in poison making. For that little kiss, I'll give you a vial of my special grade just for free.
Raphael carefully runs his fingers across the area around my eyes. He instantly conjures up a thumb-sized flammula like a magician pulling a rabbit out of a hat.
I dated a magician 200 years ago. He still hasn't forgiven me for what I did to his rabbit.
The tide is rising. Come on, let's find my treasure.
Yeah.
The little fish affectionately rubs its belly against Raphael's fingertips. With a flick of its tail, it swims towards the depths of the blue hole.
Is there really a Lemurian treasure at the bottom of the lake?
Only the undercurrent beneath the high tide and the tiniest fish know its location.
We will torture them to get information from them.
Oh! Howdy, and welcome to the DimShow, Laylee! It's good to see you! Hello! Hi! And happy Valentine's Day!
Why is the flammula sillier than the one outside? It doesn't even have a sense of caution.
It's not the fish's fault. It only dares to come close because you have a familiar scent.
To you too. Oh, thank you!
Familiar scent? Yes, I have noticed that the pores of my skin change sporadically. Are you talking about when you kissed me?
Obviously,
It was
it's
my
not
first
just
kiss.
because of that.
As we head deeper into the... I'm sorry. I died straight up. I think I might have just passed out for a second. My brain... My think isn't braining too good. As we head deeper into the blue hole, the undercurrents become more and more intricate. The light has disappeared, and Raphael's palm, a small, gentle flame materializes. It casts a gentle glow while fish playfully swim around it.
We're close to the entrance.
And I'm close to the end of my patience.
A force surges throughout the water. My heartbeat quickens and I soon find myself tightly gripping Raphael's hand.
Are you scared?
And nothing scares me anymore. Not since that part of my brain died.
I shake my head. I try to peer into the depths of the darkness with the help of Raphael's firelight. However, I can't seem to find the source of that mysterious force.
Good news, our target is probably in the same place.
And the bad news?
You shall turn into a toad in 24 hours. Kissing a witch is never a good idea. My divining knowledge is limited. The deeper we go, the stronger the undercurrent gets. How deep do we need to be?
After we follow the surging tide and pass through a crevice, we'll reach a hidden fjord.
That's not fjord, that's fjord.
The undercurrent in the crevice will be even more chaotic. Make sure to hold on to me tightly when the time comes.
Stupid pretty boy. Doesn't even know how to pronounce fjord. Suddenly, the undercurrent becomes stronger. It propels me forward wildly. Wooga 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 wooga. When we come to a stop, we find ourselves in a deeper part of the sea. In the serene darkness, a gentle light emanates below. It grows brighter, only to dim. It's reminiscent of an aging heart's unhurried rhythm.
This is the island's cornerstone. It once bore the weight of Lemuria's past and future.
As he's spilling his backstory and heart's desires, I'm just in the background collecting the coral for my potion making.
This will make great ingredients. It's really hard to get these. I'm sorry, what did you say?
We slowly descend into the source of the light. Eventually, soft yet firm ground touches my feet. The flammula approaches Raphael's flame. It vanishes at his feet and the fire disappears. The faint light fades only to flare up once again.
It's part of Lemuria's long-lost Tome of the Sea God.
Under a tender radiance, a crimson seaweed on the seabed comes to life. They resemble a field of fire. Oh, that's right, we're in the ocean, I just realized. Witches melt, don't they, when they touch water? So she's just constantly terrified, pants peeing, scared. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die! Help! We stand on the massive thick stone slab. The engravings on its surface are the light source.
Those glowing marks look like symbols.
Ah, so some witches, not all witches. Okay.
Legend has it that the Tome of the Sea God contains prophecies about Lemuria's future.
But this part speaks of oblivion, not the future.
Are you referring to how the world forgot about Lemuria's history?
It's not just that. There's also power. Those who borrowed power from the sea, but traded in the end. They mistook the sea's tolerance for submission, and forgot about its cruelty.
Yes, all very interesting. Say, would you mind crying into this glass vial?
But I remember, and I will reclaim this forgotten power.
Oh, and that's looks like where I come in, huh? What do you need me to do, boy?
Raphael takes my hand as he materializes a dagger.
Only those who have a bond with the sea god can awaken the tome.
Oh, yes, that's right. I remember I had a fling with him a few centuries ago. What was his name again? Timothy? Or Tom?
I need you to bear with me for a moment.
Yeah, fine. You might be asking too much, though.
The dagger grazes my fingertip. I slap him as I am not ready for pain. The dagger, a drop of blood is quickly sealed in a tiny bubble that falls into the vibrant red seaweed. The distant roar of a tsunami echoes in my mind, accompanied by immense glowing symbols swirling and materializing. They pierce my body and ascend. Fragmented images that are bathed in a golden glow and childlike voice break through the haze. They flood my mind.
Ah! What is happening? Go away! Visions!
You awakened me.
I awaken nothing. Return to sleep, demon. Whose memory is this?
Hey, are you listening?
No! Go away!
I'm not stranded. It's the waves. They're just too strong.
What?
Where I come from, if you say you like someone's scales, that means you like them.
Will you give me yours if I say that then? You're good for potion making.
You humans are bold. We've only known each other for a day, and you're already thinking about our next meeting.
Oh yes, I like you, and for no other reason do I want to meet you again. More scales, please.
Remember, we'll see each other again at this spot next year.
Very well. I'll remember to bring my vial next time.
This bond means you'll definitely come back to me. I'll always wait for you.
Oh yes, as long as you keep those scales, I'll come back for sure. Then I too.
Do you love me?
I love your body.
The waves seep away these fragmented memories. A cold breeze tinged with the scent of seaweed caresses my face, and I struggle to open my eyes.
Eh, eh, eh. Raphael.
Golden symbols pulsate with immense power. They surge into Raphael's body with his eyes tightly shut and his face pale. He collapses into my arms.
Raphael!
The flammula swims past me, its tail leaving behind a trail of bubbles. My gaze follows it to the crevice found on the Fjord's cliff. As a shield of golden light blocks the turbulent seawater around us, I tightly hold on to Raphael and swim towards the crevice, though not doing much because I have tiny little witch legs. It's kind of like Yoshi's flittle kick. Okay, I feel like we're getting towards the end of this. The end of this storyline. Which is great, because I hate Raphael. We leave the blue hole via a narrow gap in the seabed. When we resurface, we find ourselves in the ocean. There's a small island in the distance. A nearby ship gently rocks with the waves. It looks as if it's been waiting for a long time. Boarding the ship's hold, I look at its old mast and sails. It reminds me of my once forgotten youth. I know this is the same ship that ran aground on the island.
Yeah, don't moan, you're making me feel weird. Raphael, are you okay?
Yeah.
Are your scales okay? After the Tomb of the Sea got activated, what happened exactly? I remembered something, and when I returned to you, you were already no longer. Anyways,
Raphael leans against the deck and sits. With his elbow bent, he props himself up.
I said I'll give you an answer.
well, I'm waiting.
Give me like a minute to...
What are you, a child? Go on, spit it out.
Give me like a minute. I don't like his aggressive moaning.
What's wrong? Did you get hurt?
Show concern.
No, I'm not going to. You can't make me. Dang it!
No.
Oh gosh.
I will resist. Curses! Test me again and I'll gut
Be
you.
considered gentle.
I will eat you when you least expect it, boy.
It's getting... Stay back.
Don't tell me what to do. What's going on? Oh. I see you also ingested Windex.
Don't drink Windex. It will, okay, to anybody watching, do not drink Windex. It will not do this to you.
Get away! Oh. Aggressive, are we?
A follower, or just a lowly sacrifice?
Neither. You don't recognize me anymore? If anything, you're my sacrifice. Get away!
Death. When the storm surges from the deep sea.
What are you, high? Leave me be! Raphael, snap out of it!
Awakens.
Yes, 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 and I need to slumber.
Have no need for traitors.
With the authority granted to me by the ocean, something... I punch your heart. You will not have my soul so easily. I've wrestled myself back from demons and the like. Not today, Death!
You...
Oh. Don't breathe like that, please. If you're gonna breathe like that, do it on OnlyFans. Do you know who I am, Raphael?
Of course.
He's moaning. Don't. No, don't entertain that thought. I know I'm playing a dating sim, but I will have none of this. Struggling, I sit up and lean back against the cabin wall. I give Raphael a once-over. There aren't any scales or weird things. This is the Raphael I know. Very disappointing. I was looking for the scales.
Don't worry, I'm fine. Look.
He holds his hand out to me. The fragment in his palm emits a shining light that tugs at my heartstrings.
An Aether Core fragment?
I think it was embedded in the tome. I was drawn to its power. It seems like we both received a gift from the tome of the sea god. But
Not
there's always a
fair.
price to pay for something like that.
Oh, don't worry. If ever somebody demands a price to pay, I just make sure that I don't have anything to give. That always works out well for me.
The waves lap gently against the hull and occasionally splash us. I wipe the seawater off my face in horror before I melt and look at the murky ocean.
The price you have to pay. What is it? Do you need to be a sacrifice for the sea god?
The dead deep sea and the sea god's power have been awakened.
Then put it back to sleep.
And since I accepted its power, I must answer its call.
No, you do not. Any call can be ignored. I've learned this from my mother. If somebody calls you, ignore it. And if somebody awakens, use a brick. There's always
Even
one
if
lying
certain
around.
futures have a predetermined end, I can't refuse.
Oh, you most certainly can, boy. I've done it. I'm very well acquainted with the sisters' fate. We can pay them a visit.
The ocean brushes the old ship. Exhausted, Raphael rests in my arms and closes his eyes. I look down at him. My heavy heart is drenched, as if the wind and rain worked tirelessly to drown it.
Does this apply for your future as well? I said don't do that around me.
The sails rustle, and we carry deeper into the darkness.
If you moan like that again, I swear I will turn your mouth inside out.
The boundless ocean is extraordinarily quiet tonight.
You know, my father was a troll and my mother was a goblin. Each of their respective tribes told them it wouldn't work, but they did it anyways. Not sure if I resent them for that.
After returning from the Jewel Reef, I submit the unknown protocore fragment to the Association. While waiting for the analysis result, I receive an unexpected call from the Special Operations Team about a new discovery.
I sent a package?
Yes, you're the sender, and the mailing address says Jewel Reef. Inside it was a small device that was soaked in seawater.
Well, that couldn't be me. I would at least try it first.
Just a witch. Imagine a witch and like you're watching true crime or like 911 and then just inexplicably there's like a witch that's taking place. You're like,
I think the murderer might have used a knife from this angle.
The photo I get reveals a drenched palm-sized metal disc.
After analyzing the trace elements in the seawater it contained, we saw that they were a perfect match with the ones found in Jewel Reef's blue hole.
Blue hole.
And upon further examination, we noticed there was a radio frequency chip capable of attuning to metaflux fluctuations.
It can forcefully induce energy fluctuations.
Energy fluctuations, by the way, for those of you who do not know, are what causes monsters to appear out of nowhere.
I have a feeling the incident from that day wasn't a coincidence.
The technology behind this is highly intricate, and currently, only ever, the leading authority in protocore energy technology has managed to achieve it.
Ever. Yes, I recognize them. Ever again?
However, it still has some limitations. For example, it can't be remotely activated, so...
Ah, I see. The person who activated it must have been at the banquet.
While I acquire the guest list through the Association's intelligence network, I still choose to visit White Sand Bay. He's the only one who could send this item that was salvaged from the sea. He even used my name when handing it over to the Association.
Quickly, to investigate!
Knock knock. Yes, who's there? Ah!
Hello, yes, I'm with the police. I'm here to investigate your home, and to not eat any children.
For the entire morning, dark clouds cover the sky. Heavy and gray, they almost touch the waves' crests as I look at them from a large window.
From an hole?
The sound of a pencil against paper faintly resounds. The house's owner treats the news as nothing more than background music.
Many guests have gone missing from the island. Their current whereabouts remain unknown.
Ah yes, what lovely background music. Warning, warning to all residents within the area. There is a serial killer on the loose, and he is on a rapid slaughter spree. He is quickly approaching your location.
The venue of
I
the banquet,
love
Jewel
this
V, has been
sound.
sealed off. There will be a further investigation into the...
The news report doesn't have any notable details. I walk over to Raphael and lean down to look at his sketch. The intricate lines outline fish and clusters of coral. The shadow lurking in the cave's depths appears to be abhorring secrets. Harboring. I meant harboring. I stare at the shadow. As if compelled by an unseen force, I murmur to myself. As if that's normal.
They're in the
Blue hole.
It's possible.
What's possible?
My words don't form a coherent sentence, yet Raphael understands and responds with a nonchalant chuckle.
Getting lost in the allure of treasure they yearned for half their lives. It might be a sweet dream for them.
You know who those missing people are?
You also saw them.
Meeting his gaze, I'm silent for a moment.
They're from Ever. I knew it. That coven has been gunning for me for decades.
There's no doubt that they created the device to lure in wanderers, but I don't have the chance to question the motive of those people who were involved.
Compared to those who willingly entered the blue hole, aren't you here for something more important?
And of course, the package.
Yeah, I figured as much. Maybe it can bring you closer to the truth you're seeking. As for the other thing, if you want to talk about that forgotten promise, you don't need to bring it up now.
Okay,
The
then I
weather's
won't
so
mention
bad
it.
today, and I'm not in the mood for a tragedy, you know. Why don't we talk about something cheerful instead?
Okay, I will cheerfully collect your scales. I brought the toenail clippers.
Through the details of my encounter with Raphael, though the details of my encounter with Raphael remain hazy, I managed to retrieve a few fragmented, vague memories. During that year, I fell into a deep sleep for 3 or 4 days due to a high fever. When I woke up, I lost a lot of memories, and my meeting with Raphael happened to occur before I got sick. Raphael sighs and puts down the paintbrush.
You don't think I'm avoiding this topic because I'm trying to run away from it, right?
I honestly could care less, boy.
You want to say you forgot a lot of things from your childhood because of reasons, but you're
Ho-
worried
hold
it'll
it
come
up.
off as you not
Hey,
wanting to
hey,
take responsibility.
Shut up. That's not what I meant. Are you sure you don't have telepathy? Did you actually go to the bench to wait for me?
Are you asking about the year after that, or every year after that?
I think you might have problems. Don't touch me. You might get cursed.
Observing my expression, Raphael appears somewhat resigned. Then he suddenly pokes my forehead.
Listen, things don't turn out well with stalkers, okay? I mean, honestly, I'm very flattered, but I got things, man.
You don't need to feel bad about it. I'm not dumb enough to actually wait for you every year, you know.
I would be surprised if I could care less.
But I did think about how to settle the score with you.
There is no score. I don't owe you a thing. I'm very particular about debts. That's why I keep this contract with me. It is magical, and your heart will turn to mush if you decline it.
Raphael stands up and gently pushes me into a chair. He places his hand on his chest in a half-joking, half-serious manner.
The power within the Tome of the Sea God will protect everything that belongs to the sea. This includes our bond.
Wait a minute.
If you can't let it go, why not just order me now not to hold a grudge over what happened back then?
Wait a minute. If what he says is true, then that could possibly alleviate my weakness to water, since it falls under the domain of the sea god. Why didn't I think of this before? Perhaps it's a good idea to get on his good side.
Looking into his eyes, I realize he's sincerely asking me to do it.
Should I order him, or should I... No, I need to save this for a different occasion. It should not be used like this. While I don't fully understand it yet, I'm pretty sure our bond, or whatever you call it, stalker, shouldn't be used like this. If he's gonna stalk me, I better get something out of it. You said I would definitely come back to you, and that you'd always wait for me. Weird as that may be.
Does our promise still mean something to you then?
Absolutely not, but in light of that damaging our relationship, I will not say these things. Okay, I get it. I'll try to be playful. Maybe that will win his favor. Poke. According to the weather forecast, there will be a storm today. Everyone has been advised not to leave home unless it's absolutely necessary. Yes, my attempts at making small talk are paying off.
But you came here.
Because I know you're waiting for me.
Raphael breaks into a smile and takes my hand into his palm.
Okay, it's working. I've got the lead.
The heavy downpour descends, carrying with it a majestic force that seeks to wash away all remnants of the past. The surging waves crash against the shore. Sea spray soars as if there's a fierce battle between the sky and the ocean.
It looks like Zeus and Poseidon are fighting again. Anyways, back to the thing.
But in the end, rainwater and seawater will find the way back to each other. They will return to how they were before they parted ways.
I passed out again. Hold on, what's happening?
Oh wait, did I do it? Okay. Oh, nope, I still have one more to do. Okay, we finished the Raphael story. Oh, howdy, and welcome to the DimShow, Gordon. Good to see you here. And a happy Valentine's Day. We are playing Love in Deep Space. We just finished Raphael's storyline, and so we're now going to start on this one. Even if you ask me to explain this game, I have absolutely nothing for you. So, brace yourself. That's all I can say. Brace yourself, and good luck, soldier! After some investigation, okay, here's the storyline for Xavier. After some investigation, combined with a vague hunch, I've identified... Forget that whole thing, okay? I've identified a highly suspicious wanderer. Andrew is tracking it, but it is several days since I got a response. Nope. Not losing my eyes and ears yet. I just got this setup working. Okay, hold on. Pause. Pause, everybody. Just listen to the nice piano music.
Come on.
down, Kinemon. Come on. You ate your mom? What? Good for you? This lull allows me to test the new gear Simone modified for me before the next mission. The only problem is that my partner, who promised to join me for this trial, is late as usual.
10 rings! The training session is over now!
That's Simone for you. She can turn even the simplest sidearm into something extraordinary. It's almost magical in nature.
I switch on the safety and put away my gun.
I feel like magic wands are much better than guns.
My gaze drifts into the empty lane beside me.
Looks like Xavier, king of tardiness, didn't get the chance to try out the new gear first. What a shame.
But at least I have the luck of a partner who's always thinking about me.
I literally can't remember the last time I thought about you.
The door to the shooting range opened without me noticing. Xavier leans against the doorframe and smiles.
I got caught up following a new lead. I didn't have time to tell you.
Of course you didn't. Is it about that case you've been digging into? You've really been mysterious about it. It's time you filled me in. Or do you want me to turn you into a frog?
He raises the cup in his hands as he speaks.
Let's talk over a cup of coffee first. I'll tell you everything then.
I play on Xbox.
And I play with souls.
I follow Xavier into the training room lounge area. I grab the cup of coffee he offers me. I cautiously take a sip. It's a little hot. You have to add a heart? What do you mean? What do you mean add a heart? Add a heart to what? You're being very mysterious right now. Add a heart, I guess. Heart? Did that work? I don't know. I cautiously take a small sip. It's a little hot and sort of weak, but it's still decent.
You made this. Could use some mugwort.
The coffee machine did all the work. I just put in the beans and provided the cup.
Yeah, that tastes like it. It sounds like you didn't do much, but the coffee isn't too bad. You might make a good apprentice yet. I mean, you've already got some experience in brewing, from what it looks like.
Popcorn, anyone? Oh, me! I love popcorn.
So, is your investigation coffee related?
Certain people were smuggling painted protocore fragments in the coffee beans. I had to attend as a judge at the coffee contest. I figured that with all the effort they put in, there would be a clue about the ether cores. But all we got were some modified, regular protocores.
Oh, I thought...
I pause and my gaze falls into the cup in my hand.
What is it?
Since joining the Special Operations, Xavier and I buried ourselves with tracking down leads on Aether cores. But I always had a feeling that he was carrying out this secret mission even long before he joined. I also think it's connected to Xavier's other secrets, but this isn't the right time to delve into them. I hold myself back from saying, I thought you'd know something
related to the Aether core's whereabouts. I thought you had more solid leads than Simone and I.
Huh. I figured you'd ask something more probing.
What are you, a mind flayer? Have you been in disguise this whole time? I knew it! I knew those demons couldn't let me go. I'm not going back! I mean, how so?
As if reading my mind, Xavier gives me a chance to steer the direction of this conversation. But when Xavier lowers his head in response to my question, it almost seems like he's slightly upset.
Isn't there anything you genuinely want to ask?
Do you bleed?
Add a heart all in comments. How do I do that? Add emotes? I have no idea what I'm doing. Hold on, I'm trying to add a heart all in honor of Valentine's Day. Not very good at it. Food, this is food. There's travel. Activities. Hold on, I'm looking for it. Symbols. Man, I suck at this. Hold on, hold on. I'm hurrying! Objects, activities is not here. Oh, there it is. Did that work? Did that do it? I'm not very good at operating the comments section. There! I put a little heart. Yay! I did it! I'm doing common things! Woo! I'm getting better.
Despite everything we've been through so far, I never really pressed Xavier about his connection to the Aether Cores. I was mainly just taking advantage of his talents to get myself a new apprentice. Cleaning my witch's hut is so hard these days. In that case... How have you been tracking down Aether Cores before this? I have to know. I need your knowledge. Have you been tracking down Aether Cores before this? Because of my circumstances, I need to keep walking down this path. But what about you? You seem like a fairly normal human.
I'm in the same boat as you.
So you also had a father-mother troll-goblin relationship, which then turned to resentment, and then you walking down the path of alchemy and sorcery and witchcraft in order to get revenge as well as expand upon your knowledge and skills.
Maybe the only difference is that I knew what the future would entail before I chose this path.
Well,
And that
yes,
very
I mean, to
future
be
is
fair,
why
I was
I
very
must
young. I did
continue
not
to
know what I
forge
was
ahead.
doing. You are very convicted for a young boy your age. I'm starting to believe very less that you are who you say you are. But well, screw it. I never had preferences beforehand. You're getting too close.
I know. You aren't satisfied with my answer.
I mean, honestly, lad, I could care less.
But there are some truths you have to see and decide for yourself.
Why are you lecturing me? I'm 10 times your age.
Xavier's Hunter's Watch, as well as mine, beep at the same time as he finishes speaking.
The wanderer you identified earlier, the
The one associated with the beta protocurve energy is confirmed to be related to the ether cores. The
We have a
detailed information
lead.
has been synchronized with your device's data log. Get ready to head out.
Don't tell me what to do. I will curse you.
This wanderer will also be difficult to deal with. Should I ask Simone to assist you?
No need. I've been practicing my magic as of late, and I'd like to say I'm impressed with the results. That won't be necessary. My best mission assistant, or slave, I can't decide which one he is yet, is back.
The call ends, and I raise an eyebrow at Xavier.
I should witness the truths and answers I'm after for myself. But that doesn't mean I have to do it alone. After all, having 4 hands is better than 2. Though not attached to your body. I went down that route a few decades back. Did not work. One last question. I'd like to know if my partner is willing to fight alongside me for this, and whether or not it's just for today. I could use a good meat shield.
I believe this answer will meet your expectations.
It's better.
I'll always be with you, beyond just today.
Good. Now scratch my bunions. Hop to it.
Yay, episode 2, episode 2. 3 days later, Lincoln Park University. Commission. Lately, several students at Prestara University have disappeared after being attacked by the same wanderer, only to mysteriously reappear on campus a few days later. Although these students returned unscathed, they have no memory of what happened while they were missing.
Ah, this looks like the doing of a rogue fae. Very good tricksters, but I know how to get on their good side. You chose the proper person for this.
A hand reaches over, turns off the interface of my hunter's watch, and adjusts my cuff before pulling away.
If you keep staring at it, everyone will soon figure out we're hunters.
No, they won't. You're too cautious. You need to lighten up, slave.
I lower my arm and glance at Xavier, who's walking next to me.
But perhaps you're right, Xavier, my astronomy buddy.
The warm autumn sun peeks out from behind the leaf. It burns my skin.
That sounds a little staged. You're my journalism schoolmate, remember?
Is that what we're going with? Okay.
Oh hey, we are a witch in a school setting now. Nobody will question that there's just like a bunch of random like normal looking schoolmates, and then there's just one like century-old green warty witch just in the back seat being like,
Yes, I have a question about problem number B3. How do you get over this A curve?
3 days ago, the wanderer that Andrew tracked using the beta protocurve showed up at Prestara University. Considering the recent student disappearances at this university, the association has assigned us a mission to eliminate the wanderer. It'll be like Alphaba. I really want to watch Alphaba. If that scenario reminds you of it, I really would like to watch Alphaba. To prevent any unnecessary any unnecessary picnics. No, we have to cut down on lunchtime as much as possible. Xavier and I are pretending to be students. And surprisingly, people are buying this. Or maybe the teachers are just not paid to care. With the university's help, we will be conducting student interviews attacked students under the guise of a campus TV station.
You're walking too fast.
I have to keep up with you. My legs are the size of your shins. Maybe you should walk slower. Get behind me, slave.
My wrist is gently pulled, bringing me back to the moment I realize I've been rushing.
This is the pace I'm used to when I'm on a mission.
I look around and purposefully slow down.
But we finally found a wanderer that's connected to the aether cores. I'd rather move quickly to prevent any problems from happening.
You seem eager.
Why wouldn't I be? Thank you, Captain Obvious.
It's the witch from the Wicked. Huh, is that like a book? I have no idea what that is. Doesn't ring a bell. Alphaba.
Aren't you?
Xavier adjusts my backpack strap as he starts to slip.
Information about the ether cores is always shrouded in secrecy. Out of 100 leads, one might get you somewhere at best. This lead seems unusually straightforward.
It's almost as if it's been set up for us to find. Is that what you wanted to say? Perhaps you're right. Good job, slave. I will let you suck nutrients out of the sponge floor. As a reward. You may use soy sauce for extra taste.
It's just a guess.
Still a good one at that. You might be right. But with the lead right before our eyes, I can't shake the feeling that we need to check this for ourselves. Never send a toad to do a witch's work is what old grandmummy used to say. Though she was a skeleton at that point. I miss her.
Yeah, you really are the powerful and impressive evolver everyone's been talking about. But before we meet those students, our first job is to act as students.
Oh, worry not. With this polyjuice potion, I will be able to blend in seamlessly with the other students. And I know exactly what the young ladies are talking about these days, I believe. So blending in societally is not going to be an issue. I've been training for this. Hello, young ladies. Would you like to talk about what boys we like? Yes. Oh, okay, so now are we going to slip aphrodisiacs into them? Or do you want to turn them into toads and lock them in your basement? Oh, young love.
As we talk, we end up walking down a tree-lined path and arrive at a bustling square. It's a Broadway musical, but it just got made into a movie this year. Oh, a musical turned into a movie, huh? That's pretty interesting. Around us, numerous sleek temporary booths are set up. Students are excitedly weaving through them.
Prestara University Club Recruitment.
There are so many people. Let's take a different route. I don't like their gazes. It makes me want to curse them. And it's almost time for a scheduled interview. It wouldn't look good on us if we were late. I may be a witch, but at least I'm on time.
Yeah, it'll take a while. But how about we use this opportunity to relive our student days for a bit?
Perhaps. I mean, I was kind of cheated out of that aspect of my life. Oh, why not? So how are we going to do that?
Xavier stares at me. Then he fixes my hair and takes off his non-prescription glasses. You can just imagine these things happening. He puts them on my face.
Much better.
What have you done? Does this make me look more like a student?
It's about the witches from the Wizard of Oz. Oh! So it's about, like, the Wicked Witch of the South, the West, and, like, I think Lindo is a witch, too? Like, you're talking about it's, like, all those characters? And them going to school. What? So, this movie that was a musical was about witches from the Wizard of Oz going to school. Huh. Man, you really gotta be on something if you come up with that kind of premise. I don't think I could have come up with that on my own. I mean, that's definitely a unique idea. I guess the movie must be interesting if that's the case. Does this make me look more like a student?
It just looks nice.
Hi, are you a freshman this year?
The witches from the Wizard of Oz going to university. That is like... It's a great movie. Well, if you're talking about it like that, I guess I must see it, huh?
You seem perfect for the lead role in our film club's latest project. Are you interested?
Oh, well, I guess people do just notify me for the leader role anyway.
Well, the club member looks down to find the registration form. A corner of Xavier's mouth slightly curls up.
What did I say?
No, yeah, sure, I don't mind. That sounds like fun. Like I said, it's definitely an interesting premise, so I'd love to watch the movie. I feel like Xavier was throwing his teammate under the bus, but this trick surprisingly works. By the time we arrived at our scheduled interview spot, I'm completely in student mode.
Hello, I'm the student council's vice president. So, I was told you guys were hunters.
Yes, speak up, boy. Can't hear you.
The tall, lanky boy gives a slightly uneasy smile, his head sinking lower as he speaks.
The students who disappeared earlier are waiting in the classroom. They only know it's for a campus TV interview.
What? Sorry, could you repeat what you just said? My hearing isn't the best ever since that giant sonic boom of 16012.
I mean, just keep the question simple and try not to scare anyone.
What do you mean, scare anyone? I'm the perfect picture of calming!
After all, they've all had encounters with the Wanderer. Let's make sure we don't add to their trauma.
How dare you insult me of being capable of ensuing trauma? Do you want me to set you aflame?
It has to be when we both have time, because it's a 3-hour movie? And there's 2 parts? Oh my gosh.
Understood, we'll be careful. Mouth off like that again, boy, and you'll get on my bad side.
On to number 3.
As we enter the
classroom, several pairs of curious, wary eyes quickly focus on us. I clear my throat and offer a genuinely friendly smile. Mirrors and glass inexplicably shatter and break all around us, causing panic as the shards of glass cut the students nearby.
Hi, I'm the broadcast journalism major, and a member of the campus television station. This is my partner.
She kept asking, is it almost over? The adult version of, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Xavier steps forward but doesn't speak, which prompts me to continue.
Freaking stupid little useless. He's the one who handled the microphone and camera. He's in, what was it? Ah, yes, astronomy major.
Our simple introduction doesn't achieve the effect we wanted.
Maybe my tone was off.
Perhaps the wanderer did give them quite a scare. They scrutinize us warily, but no one responds.
Good. The fear keeps them from talking back.
Hi,
What?
A bag full of drinks appears from behind the door. A person holding it hesitates, struggling to gesture a couple times. I take the bag. The vice president shyly smiles and silently moves to sit back to the classroom's back door.
He's definitely one of those introverts. Cooperating with us on the university's behalf must be tough for him. Not that I care.
When I distribute the drinks with Xavier, the classroom's tense atmosphere begins to soften. Is this alcohol? Are we casually distributing alcohol to minors? Well, I guess as a witch I've done worse, but still.
I know I've sold the soul of a pure and innocent virgin before, but distributing alcohol to minors is where I draw the line.
Oh, right. Didn't we meet up downstairs this morning?
I wouldn't recall even if we did. Honestly, you don't have much of a presence, boy.
I'm confused, so I manage to only grunt in response.
I think I forgot to check in for my morning class.
You're an astronomy major. Aren't you taking Dr. Ulysses' course?
That is a very interesting name coincidence. It takes me a moment to realize that Xavier's somber tone doesn't match his hopeful eyes.
Your face is doing weird things again.
As I move the chair, I lean in close to Xavier's ear.
Did you forget to research ahead of time?
I just threw out a question and didn't expect it to go anywhere.
This is why you're falling behind in your studies, my apprentice. If you keep doing this, you'll only end up as a broom sweeper.
Straightening his posture, Xavier smiles and looks at the student who responds to his question earlier.
Yeah, his classes are really tough.
The student relaxes as the conversation begins to flow more naturally.
I knew it. When it comes to the strictest professor at Prestara University, no one can beat Dr. Ulysses.
I mean, he beat a kid last week for just breathing. Crazy strict, man.
But it's not that bad. While he's strict in class, he's pretty chill on the basketball court when classes are over.
Oh yeah, he'll absolutely dunk on you.
Actually, I missed one of Dr. Ulysses' meetings because of that Wanderer incident. Thanks for reminding me. I need to catch up with him later.
You're welcome.
Turn him into a toad. He knows our face. Kill him. Xavier adjusts his position and gives me a knowing look. Seeing Xavier's cue, I quietly reach into my pocket towards my wand. I quietly switch on the recorder and casually throw out a question.
So, besides missing out on that meeting, can you tell us a bit more about what happened after that attack? Say it into the mic, please. You can say whatever you want, don't worry, we don't disclose any personal information.
The students exchange looks. They seem resolved to speak.
I'll go first then.
Great job!
I'm not sure if it's just me, but his eyes seem to go blank for a moment after he said that. He's got a 1,000-yard stare.
This is what we call a white hole, a theoretical region of space-time. If we reverse all the symbols in the equation representing the geometry of space-time, then in this very space,
hold on, listen to this.
Objects are no longer unable to escape from it. Or rather, they can only escape from it.
What? Was it just me, or did nothing that guy said make sense? They're just like, just throw random like space talk in there, and he's like, okay. You see, in the equation of space-time, the symbols of space-time are backwards. So using these space-time symbols, objects. And we're like, good job, we'll throw it in post.
Shh. We're not actually here for a lecture, but we might as well look the part.
I slide the open textbook to the center of the desk, line up my notebook and pens, and place a water bottle to the side.
Your desk is so neat, it's only a matter of time before the professor notices.
According to the student's account, the incident occurred around the classroom. He was heading to a meeting with the professor. I decided to talk to this professor to see if we could get any more clues. So I dragged Xavier with me the next day, and we snuck into his class.
Yeah, it's a perfect disguise.
Absolutely. No one can tell with this disguise.
It's just us in a freaking reporter's hat and sunglasses. Superman style.
The way you quickly claimed a seat in the back was nice and clean, too.
Haha, I'm used to it. It's what you call a loner's reflex.
I say with a single tear burning my cheek as it rolls down. The back row is the VVVIP section. VVVIP section. It has a great view and ambience. Perfect for oh no wait, that's me saying that.
The back row is the VVVIP section. It is a great view and ambience, perfect for relaxing, entertainment, and even
Spotting two students in the back row, secretly holding hands under their desk, I casually changed the subject.
Where do you prefer to sit when you are at school? Yes, good questions, good questions. Nailed it.
I didn't have a particular preference, but I usually sat in the back too. The sunlight was nice, and the breeze was refreshing.
How comfortable were the desks and the chairs?
They were okay.
Don't laugh at me, I'm trying. Don't make me feel like a fool.
As our casual chat drifts on, I flip open my notebook and turn my attention back to our mission. Even though we learned a lot of details when talking to the students who were seemingly given PTSD from this incident, by the attack yesterday, we didn't find anything notable, just screams and scribbles, as their eyes darted back and forth.
Those 5 students were either normal people or evolvers. Gotta be careful of those people. Lord knows what they believe in. They encountered the Wanderer in various spots. Some were on the tree-lined path, and others were in lab, and they woke up in different places afterwards. This Wanderer doesn't seem to be limited to indoor or outdoor spaces, and there's no clear pattern to where it shows up.
It's not completely random, though.
The plug do you mean?
Xavier takes the pen from me and draws a few circles on my notebook.
Thank you, Xavier. These are lovely circles.
All the incidents happened at night. If that's connected to the Wanderer's behavior, then we can narrow our search. Also, all these students just started college this year.
So it's targeting fresh blood, you say? Well, as a fellow collector of the organic treasures, I guess I could understand the need of something fresh. But how does one's educational freshness depend on this? Anyways, good idea noting this. I will give you a raise. 6 pence an hour? But does this mean something?
Maybe this Wanderer thinks freshmen are easy targets.
Going for the weak one first, survival of the fittest. I noticed this, back when I was in the jungles. Then it must have access to the university's enrollment system.
The monster has access to the university's enrollment system.
The Velociraptors! They're learning how to access the computer's database. Eek! Oh no, they're looking at my search history. Stop him, please!
I flip through the notebook pages again and again, yet nothing clicks. It seems like the Wanderer is targeting the students at random, but I can't believe it's just a coincidence.
In this world, many coincidences are often part of a larger scheme.
Yes, I'm painfully aware of that. Freaking schemers. They're always watching. Stop watching, darn you! Go away!
These students are being chosen for a reason. We just haven't figured it out yet.
Some Wanderers do target certain individuals. For example,
over there.
Yes, don't accuse the Wanderers of being pedophiles. Run! Realizing the sudden silence around me, I look up to see Dr. Ulysses on the podium. He's smiling.
That's kind of unnerving.
Yes, I'm talking to you, young lady in the back row.
Young lady? Oh. You quite have a way with words, don't you, boy?
Come up here and show everyone what a Morris Thorn wormhole is.
Gladly.
I take out my wand and chant magic words. Whoa. And then all of a sudden a black hole appears, everyone's screaming. Ah!
Is this what you whistled, Professor? Are you not entertained?
I never thought I'd get caught talking in class. For a moment, I'm stunned, and I don't know how to respond.
Transmodification spell.
I turn into a rat and flee.
Then let's have your friend try. Come along now.
Oh, thank goodness. Yes, he's taking the brunt.
Go, be my social meat shield. You owe me this, slave. I saved you.
I tug at Xavier's clothes and quickly whisper.
Let me do it. If I mess up, I'll just apologize. Yes, apologize. Not turn them into toads.
Xavier reassuringly squeezes my hand, stands up, and confidently walks to the podium. Fun fact, did you know that sometimes when Albert Einstein was tired of giving his speeches, he would have his chauffeur do them instead? Fun fact. The classroom lights dim, and a holographic projection appears from his fingers. It forms the image of the universe.
In theory, the Morris Thorn wormhole is a traversable wormhole. It is spherically symmetrical and features a throat that bridges two black holes.
Xavier, I wouldn't use throat in this terminology, okay? There's a lot other words that you could have used.
The throat is a finite spherical region containing negative energy density matter to counteract gravitational forces inside the wormhole.
As Xavier speaks in a measured tone, the stars shift under his touch to gradually form a wormhole model. The lights form a distant planets, flicker before us, and his silhouette seemingly stretches across the light years. For a moment I wonder, was Xavier like this back in college?
Holy crap, this kid's pretty smart.
Correct. The negative energy's repulsive gravitational properties keep the wormhole's throat open, allowing matter or signals to pass through.
Why are you guys comparing the wormhole to a throat? Like, seriously, is there not a better term you could have used for this? Anus? Honestly, I'd prefer anus to throat. It just sounds so visceral, you know?
Time travel becomes possible with this model.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you there, Professor. Everybody don't mess with time travel. I did it. It's a very sloppy thing. anything you do will backfire. I mean, come on. It's never a winning game. Unless you're doing it to observe something, even then you're kind of stretching it.
For example, the deep space tunnel above us might very well be a giant wormhole.
See, you just said tunnel. Tunnel would have been a much better alternative to freaking throat.
The mysterious deep space signals could then make their way to our distant Earth. Perhaps certain materials, or even other forms of life, can find us through these cosmic channels.
Again, channels. Yes, channel. Another fantastic word that you could have used to symbolize that meaning of that word that you were looking for, other than freaking throat. I'm starting to think you just enjoy saying that word. Then again, he is still a teenager.
What are you thinking about?
I'm thinking about how you're stupid.
I snap back to reality. Xavier, I stopped thinking about the word throat. Xavier crossed the starry expanse and now stands before me. He's within an arm's reach once more. I think about turning him into a toad since he's in arm's reach. I resist the urge.
I'm curious. Were you really an astronomy graduate? I don't know much about your past. I kind of just grabbed you.
Too many diplomas at home. I need to check first.
Diplomas? Who on earth did I abduct? I mean, if you have this many diplomas, you shouldn't have fallen for my riddles. I gave you 3 choices, and they were all very easy riddles. Yet you seemingly failed all 3 of them. You astound me, boy.
When the bell rings, signaling the end of the lecture, the classroom empties out quickly, even though it was packed just moments ago. As the professor starts to pack, I approach him. I'm about to ask about the students who were attacked.
Xavier, have you been a deep space hunter for so long that you want to relive your college days?
It's very concerning that this professor knows you by first name.
The professor walks away from the podium, one hand holding his bag and the other in his pocket. His serious demeanor is gone.
Hello. Are you also a deep space hunter? His colleague, perhaps?
No, he's my slave, and I will thank you to refer to me as such. Don't refer to him like we're on the same level.
This is Ulysses. He's an old friend of mine. Now he works as an assistant professor.
I was promoted to associate professor 2 years ago.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Good for you. Freaking humble brag.
First, there's Jeremiah, a mysterious florist. Now it's a university physics professor. I'm once again shocked by how unpredictable Xavier's social circle is. And starting to wonder if he's a spy.
You're not the type of person to visit without a reason. Did something happen at the university?
I'm on a mission.
Well, if you're involved, it can't be just any mission.
Boy, have you ever heard of confidentiality? We're essentially the space FBI, yet you're just like, oh yes, we're doing a mission. Now I'm starting to see why I was able to get you with my riddles here in the first place.
Should I be expecting a major incident to take place?
If you tell him anything, I swear to everything that is unholy. Looks like I'm not the only one who has a certain impression about Xavier. His ineptitude. But this gives me a perfect opening to ask him about the Wanderer. Dr. Ulysses, we heard one of your students was attacked by a Wanderer and went missing a few days. Were you in the area when this happened?
Ulysses pauses for a moment before nodding.
I was in the lab preparing for a meeting when I heard a scream outside the room, but I didn't find anything even after looking around. I later learned that a student had been attacked by a wanderer. Fortunately, he wasn't seriously injured.
Yes, how fortunate. It looks like Ulysses didn't see the Wanderer. I'm a little disappointed.
Did the lab's flux stabilizer show any reaction?
No.
I immediately get what Xavier is hinting at. If the flux stabilizer didn't react, then the Wanderer's metafluctuation level must be below 50. There are only a few Wanderers capable of such stealth. Our search is narrowed considerably.
It's also possible we're dealing with a modified Wanderer.
As if reading my mind, Xavier reveals another observation. I nod.
I got it. I'll ask Andrew to compare the protocurve data with the possible Wanderer profiles.
Wait, I just remembered something.
Blue is the color of the sky. This professor's just stoned out 24/7.
The flux stabilizer can't detect that level of metaflux. However, the research center's RMFMA might.
What, are we just listing vowels and consonants now? NMPNP.
I can do it too. RMFMA?
But the research center isn't even near here.
It was moved to the campus earlier this year, so it's not that far away now. It should have captured the metaflux fluctuation and its dynamic range when the Wanderer appeared.
Then can we use that device for a bit?
RMFMA. It stands for Reflective Metaflux Field Monitor and Analyzer.
All of those words are foreign to me.
A flicker of doubt crosses my mind, but I push it aside for now. I wait for Ulysses to respond.
Sure. As long as you have the clearance to operate it and access the system, you can use it.
Ulysses, huh? Ulysses, huh? Ulysses for a name? I hope that is foreshadowing about what's going to happen.
But we don't quite fit those requirements.
Let's go.
The plug, do you mean let's go? Do you not pay attention half the time? Am I just speaking to the space dust that's wandering around in your skull where a brain should be?
Aren't you going to lead the way?
I don't know where I'm going! Freaking get on my broom, go all over the place. He doesn't know where we're going, yet he suggests I'm the one who goes everywhere.
The research center at Ulysses mentioned is formerly known as Prestara University Deepspace Exploration Research Center. Wow, that is a mouthful. It houses RMFMA under a skylight on the 3rd floor. The machine's brass casing is a bulky appearance, make it stick out like a sore thumb. Yet the screen's flashing indicator lights and fast-moving images exude a sophisticated air.
This analyzer is one of the most advanced pieces of tech in the past few decades, and it remains so today. It can detect the slightest fluctuations in the deep space tunnel. Unfortunately, there are fewer than 10 of them in the world.
So then why is one of them just out in the open in a university that's clearly not guarded too well? None of this is making sense.
Many talented researchers and professors have turned down prestigious offers elsewhere. Also, they could work with the RMFMA at our research center.
I mean, yeah, I mean, scientists have like an obsession, like an addiction to curiosity. So if you give them like something to satiate their intellect over like money or monetary gain, they will take the curiosity stuff.
Do Xavier and I need to apply for access to first to retrieve its data? Where's Xavier again? He keeps getting lost.
He's somehow Xavier
All
went
the
to the
data
Gobi
related to the
Desert.
Wanderers corrupted.
Xavier appears from behind the RMFMA. Sounds like some sort of wrestling show. He removes his safety goggles and takes off his disposable lab coat.
How did you...
Aside from how did you operate that machine, and how did you use it, I focus on the most important one.
What do you mean by corrupted? Did it capture even a trace of the Wanderer?
Yes. It showed that a Wanderer appeared on the university's campus in the past 2 weeks. But all the data has been tampered with.
How...
The generated spectrum also has many errors. It can't be used as a clue.
Man, how intelligent is this Wanderer? It's tampering with advanced machinery you need freaking, like, PhDs to operate? Are we dealing with some sort of zombified Einstein?
The hem and cuffs of his lab coat somehow got tangled together. Xavier frowns and pulls harder, but they're still stuck.
Raise your hand a little more. I swear you're like a child sometimes.
As I help Xavier wriggle out of the lab coat, my mind races with questions.
Should I drink caffeine if I distill it into a potion of vitality? Oh, right. Maybe the RMFMA is too old, so it's malfunctioning.
If that were the case, the first issues wouldn't show up in detection and sampling errors. Which means someone deliberately tampered with it.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Once he's out of the lab coat, I meet his gaze, brimming with confidence.
It's a rare high-end device. Yet Xavier seems to know it inside and out, and can even log the system and into the system and to use it.
I slightly pull him forward and I purposely change my expression and lower my voice. Alright, cut to the chase. How are you able to operate this machine?
It might look complex, but it's actually easy to use.
You know that's not what I meant.
You're not really going to interrogate me right now, are you?
It's actually easy to use. That's like somebody building a freaking mansion in Minecraft and be like, alright, so this is a very simple tutorial. As Ulysses returns from examining the data, I let go of Xavier and step back to make room.
The data is corrupted, and just as you suggested, someone probably tampered with it. However, the research center is a secure, newly built facility that few people can access. If we include me, only a handful of researchers work here.
Yes, we have a list. Let's visit each one of them and hypnotize them using my fancy magical instruments.
The last system login.
Or we could torture them.
Over a month ago.
Oh, a month ago? That's gonna be hard.
Has anyone else been in here the past 2 weeks?
Ulysses thinks long and hard before finally giving a hesitant reply.
Yes, but it's not anything suspicious. There was a study event here for new students. Part of the event included a tour of our facilities. That was when we introduced them to this analyzer.
The new students who started this year? Could it be?
Those 5 students who were attacked all enrolled this year.
Xavier voices my thoughts.
He actually might be a mind flayer.
I take out my phone, check the school's official website, and quickly find the article about the study event.
5 students were selected. They are...
Here.
Yes, we know they're here. I'm trying to say their names.
Xavier points to the 5 names displayed on the screen. But we're not going to tell you those names because that's too much effort. Too many names in this game's file. It's going to take up too much space. The study event, the tampered device, the elusive wanderer, everything starts to connect.
This isn't a coincidence, Xavier. Something's off about that study event. The Wanderer is targeting the participants!
Indeed.
But why? And who? And where? Did what?
Group leader, Soren, vice president of the student council. Ah, shocking.
Hello. I'm the student.
The only one
vice
with, like,
president.
art.
So, I was told you guys were hunters.
The only one with character art is actually important.
It's the same guy who helped us on behalf of the university, and the only one who wasn't attacked. He's definitely suspicious.
There's only one way to find out.
Kill him. Do it, kill him.
Xavier is the first to head out. After saying goodbye to Ulysses, I'm about to leave. But a glance at the wall makes me stop in my tracks. Instead of a certificate, there's an old framed group photo at the top. It's yellowed with age, and the faces in that photo are all a bit blurry. Yet the person who's on the edge. I look closer, and that indistinct figure suddenly comes into focus. It's Xavier.
So he is an immortal. He wasn't lying. We are similar. Could he be my soulmate? This old witch thought she was getting on in years, but it turns out there's still hope for her. Oh, Xavier, my apprentice.
I sit on a bench near the basketball court. I watch the ball arc through the air and precisely hit the back of the rim of the hoop. It bounces back into Xavier's hands. It's hard to fully appreciate this rare sunset, something I haven't seen much since graduation. It won't be long until we meet Soren. I unconsciously lower my head to look at my phone. It still has my chat with him.
We're still a little unclear about the students. Could you go over some details with us in person? How about we meet up in 20 minutes at the lecture hall in the main teaching building?
Sorry, I'm at the student union. There's a student council meeting right now. It won't end until at least 7 p.m.
That's so funny. You're talking as if you have a choice.
You've been quiet for a while.
Yes, it's because I'm thinking. Ah, really?
Xavier stops moving and stands by the three-point line. He gazes at me.
We know he's in a meeting inside this building. Unless his evil lets him create wings so he can fly away, we'll definitely see him.
I look at the open door in front of the student union. Then I look at Xavier's calm face.
I wonder what's making the victims stay quiet about the study event.
Oh, I don't know. Trauma?
And then there's Soren. He knows why we're here, but doesn't say anything. If he's really behind this, that's some nerve.
Maybe he doesn't want to get caught up in any trouble.
Well, he should have thought about that before he caused trouble.
Either way, we'll be able to ask him soon. And if he still refuses to talk, we can investigate.
Torture him! Oh, investigate, yes.
He keeps gazing at me. His eyes are firm and steady. I nod. Then he offers me the basketball. I look at him, his eyes going crosswired. I realize that he has not a single thought between them.
Thank you, Xavier. This is a lovely basketball.
Want to try?
This isn't food. So that's why he had it in his mouth.
I know his invitation is actually his way of offering me a break from the mission. I can't bring myself to refuse, so I stand up.
Sure.
After a brief warm-up, I confidently aim the ball at the hoop. But before I can throw it, a sparrow just lands on the hoop. Interrupted by that, I turn to look at Xavier.
If the Wander's appearance isn't a coincidence, then it just confirms a suspicion. Someone lured us here on purpose.
Should we call for backup in advance? Or are you implying there's a high chance the Ether Core is here? I'm going to guess the latter.
What an astute observation. I freaking swear.
Aim it a bit higher. Good. Now throw.
Don't tell me what to do.
My accuracy is slightly off this time. The ball hits the backboard and rolls to my feet. I bend down to pick it up.
Maybe it's not as terrible as we think it is. It could just be a coincidence. And Soren is a dedicated vice president of the student council. He does seem to be a good, well-behaved student. Sort of like you, strangely young, handsome boy. Yes, you get all the immortality, but oh, so you get to keep your looks. Pretty boy.
Xavier takes the ball from my hand and steps back to give me a demonstration.
Perhaps it's because he looks like a good student that makes him the best at doing things behind the scenes. After all, people don't write their secrets on their faces. The calmer the water's surface, the easier it is to hide dangerous undercurrents.
Don't try to act all sophisticated. I saw you trying to eat a basketball 2 hours ago.
The ball leaves his hand and once again goes through the hoop with a precise shot. As it bounces back, I intercept it before it reaches him.
You always have a lot to say about other people, but what about you? Freaking hypocrite.
Recalling the blurry, yellowish photo from the research center, I move closer to Xavier.
Maybe it's the backlight that causes flickering spots to appear in my vision.
My consciousness falters for a moment. Oh my goodness, I'm switching between voices. I am on low battery and my brain is going everywhere right now. With Xavier, when I first saw him, Xavier in the no-hunt zone, Xavier in the research center, and Xavier playing basketball at sunset. Xavier, 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 Xavier. They appear in front of me all at once. They line up gracefully and blend into the figure of the person that stands before me.
Me?
I swear, the more you try to read my mind, the less it makes me think you're hot. Which I shouldn't say that, considering how young you are. Then again, you are probably a lot older than you look.
What secrets are you hiding behind your calm face? He said I didn't mean to do it to that sheep. It was only asking for it. From the distant to the past to the present. Who are you, really? Even though I'm so close to you, experienced all these life and death situations with you, I still cannot seem to fully understand you.
Huh?
Xavier's puzzled gaze lingers on my face and suppresses the questions in my heart. The only thing I can eventually say is,
I was going to ask if you're truly a good student, or do you have some secrets?
paying off the professors. This is all just an elaborate trick to trick you. After thinking for a moment, he speaks in a calm tone.
I'd say I'm a good student. I paid
Very
attention
helpful,
in
thank
class
you.
And always kept my eyes on the front of the classroom. That's how I kept ending up making eye contact with a classmate who frequently turned around during class.
He looks at me with a knowing gaze. I look back into his eyes and feel as if everything sounds familiar.
Maybe your classmate just wanted to check the clock at the back of the classroom. See how much time was left before class was over?
Oof. Buddy, I've had that happen before.
You're asking if I have a hidden side to me like Soren?
No, I'm asking if you've actually had one of those experiences Where somebody waves to you and you wave back only to find out that they were trying to get the attention of somebody behind you. And so your face gets all red and then you're all like, oh man. He responds with a question. Now it's my turn to think about my master. Master? Fortunately, Xavier doesn't seem to expect one from me. Instead, he slightly lowers his head as if he's talking to himself.
But the parts of me you think you know, and the parts you think you don't know, they make up who I am. All of me. Right here in front of you.
We no longer pay attention to the basketball. The sound of it bouncing on the ground echoes in my ears. It isn't until I see Xavier's hand wave in front of me that I realize the lingering sound is my heartbeat.
I think we have a new lead.
And I think I have a disorder. The cardiac arrest is starting. Hurry, get the Pepto-Bismol like I showed you. I don't have much time. I'm going into shock.
I compose myself and look in the direction that Xavier is pointing in. I catch a sight of the enthusiastic student from yesterday's interview. He's walking out of the student union.
Didn't he say we needed a week off after the Wanderer attack?
I grab Xavier's arm.
Something's not right. Let's ask him.
Okie pokey, everybody. I think that is going to go ahead and end today's episode right about there. This looks like a good spot to end the episode, a little bit earlier than I normally would, but hey, sometimes you just gotta close the curtains at the perfect call. Having said that, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here today. Even though it's Valentine's Day, I just want to thank each and every one of you guys. I hope you all have had a positively electric day today. And I just want all of you to know that you are loved. Having said that, I will see you all in the next episode. Until then, toodle!